And if American administrations since Ronald Reagan have not viewed Israeli settlements as illegal, when did settlements become such a volatile issue? The answer is with the report of the Mitchell Commission after the outbreak of the Second Intifada in the year 2000. Senator George Mitchell recommended in May of 2001 that as part of what he called confidence-building measures, Israel should freeze all settlement activity, including the natural growth of existing settlements. It was the current Obama envoy to the Middle East, George Mitchell, who spoke of a settlement freeze, including natural growth. The Bush administration adopted the Mitchell report, putting the settlement issue right in the center of U.S.-Israeli discussions. To address this American concern, the government of Ariel Sharon proposed that Israel would build within existing settlement borders. In other words, settlements would only build from their outer ring inward. That way, Israel could address the need for natural growth without taking up more land for Israelis living in the settlements. But when the Bush administration did draft its 2003 Roadmap for Peace, it incorporated the Mitchell Report's settlement freeze, including a freeze on natural growth. To enable Israel to accept this roadmap, the Sharon government reached an understanding with the United States about exactly what a settlement freeze entailed. America and Israel agreed that no new settlements would be built, no Palestinian land would be expropriated or otherwise seized for the purpose of settlements. Construction within the settlements would be confined to the existing line of construction, and public funds would not be earmarked for encouraging settlements. Sharon also agreed to remove what were known as unauthorized outposts, small settlement extensions that were built without formal Israeli government approval. However, the problem is the Bush administration and the Sharon government never put these understandings in writing, which has allowed the Obama administration to question their existence and validity. Now, even though there's no written document, Israel nonetheless feels that it's made a commitment to freeze settlement growth so that it has largely adhered to these guidelines for more than 5 years. And Israel feels strongly that settlement activity is not diminishing the territory of a future Palestinian entity. Finally, one more question on Israeli West Bank settlements. What percentage of territory do Israeli settlements comprise on the West Bank? The answer is 1.7%. So that any natural growth would be a marginal increase with virtually no impact. The issue of natural growth, therefore, is purely symbolic. Moreover, Ambassador Gold argues that since Israel unilaterally withdrew 9,000 Israeli settlers from the Gaza Strip in 2005, the argument that a settler presence will undermine a future territorial compromise has lost much of its previous force. For the sake of peace, and in the natural process of peace negotiations, as called for by the Oslo Accords, Israel and the Palestinians will arrive at a solution of the settlement issue, and Israel will dismantle those settlements in accordance with any peace agreement, and will withdraw the settlers now living there. But until Israel and the Palestinians have a negotiated peace settlement, it would seem strategically premature for Israel to give up a crucial bargaining chip by freezing all settlement activity, including natural growth. For Dory Gold, Israeli settlement activity is an overstated issue in the peace process. Legally and diplomatically, settlements do not present a problem that could possibly justify putting at risk the U.S.-Israel relationship. We hope this overview of the history of the West Bank and Israeli settlement activity, and a review of the way in which the United States has viewed the legal status of settlements, has been helpful. I recognize it's not an easy subject to grasp in one sitting. It's nice that you can watch our program again if you wish. But most of all, it's important not to let media or political rhetoric blur the truth on any matter of such significance, especially when public opinion can help sway public policy.